8:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news, edited by Dhanushka Madhawala and read by Indrani Senanayaka. The headlines. Bangladesh has agreed to donate 54 types of essential medicinal drugs to Sri Lanka. Presidential Advisor on Climate Change, Mr. Ruwan Wijewardena, said that the nation stands to benefit significantly from the President's recent visit to the United States. The issuance of vehicle revenue licenses in the Western Province will be suspended from the 27th of this month to the 2nd of October. Discussion between the President and the IMF representatives tomorrow. The Water Board will commence sending monthly bills via text messages to consumers in certain parts of Sri Lanka from next month. Hungary threatens to pull support for Kiev. Bangladesh has agreed to donate 54 types of essential medicinal drugs to Sri Lanka. It will be donated to Sri Lanka after a personal request made by Health Minister Keheliya Rambukwella to the Bangladeshi Prime Minister recently. The cost of the medicine is valued at more than $56,000. The stock of medicines will arrive in the country by next week. The Health Minister made this request from the Bangladesh Prime Minister due to the shortage of medicine in the country. The minister expressed his gratitude to the Bangladesh government for this kind gesture. President Ranil Wickremesinghe's recent visit to the United States has stirred controversy among the opposition, but according to Mr. Ruwan Wijewardena, Presidential Advisor on Climate Change, the nation stands to benefit significantly from the trip. Speaking at a press conference held at the Presidential Media Centre today under the theme Collective Path to a Stable Country, Mr. Wijewardena highlighted the strengthened bonds between America and Sri Lanka, as well as with other global powers, as a result of the visit. I want to underscore the significance of the visit in the context of this year's United Nations General Assembly session in New York, which focused on climate change and sustainable development goals. President Wickremesinghe held discussions with numerous heads of state during the event, with expectations running high for favourable outcomes. A special discussion between President Ranil Wickremesinghe and representatives of the International Monetary Fund on the first review of the Extended Fund Facility is scheduled to be held tomorrow. The review discussion to assess Sri Lanka's progress regarding the implementation of the new economic reforms proposed by the International Monetary Fund under the Extended Fund Facility has started on the 14th. The Ministry of Finance stated, in this series of review discussions, more attention was paid to securing the second tranche of the extended credit facility for Sri Lanka and increasing confidence in Sri Lanka's economic stability. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. We continue with local news. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board will commence sending monthly bills via text messages to consumers in certain parts of Sri Lanka from next month. According to the Water Board, consumers will receive their monthly bills via a text message in the Colombo South, Kandy South, Polonnaruwa and the Trincomalee areas. Consumers of the said areas will receive their monthly bills via text messages from the 1st of next month. The Water Board further stated that this system will be adopted across the island from the 1st of January 2024. The launch event for the investigative book titled The Right Eye, authored by Mr. Manusha Nanayakara, the Minister of Labour and Foreign Employment, took place yesterday at the Shangri-La Hotel in Colombo. President Ranil Wickremesinghe presided over the ceremony, with Prime Minister Mr. Dinesh Gunawardena in attendance. During the event, Minister Manusha Nanayakara presented the inaugural copy of The Right Eye to President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Subsequently, the book was shared with esteemed guests, including Minister Dinesh Gunawardena. The book represents the cumulative of a 23-year journalistic quest initiated by Minister Manusha Nanayakara. This gives an opportunity to read the history of the labour movement in Sri Lanka with a right-wing analysis in one book, and the book also presents a clear vision of the entire labour movement and the future labour market. That ends the local segment of news.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Veda Mahatmya.
The Sri Lanka Food Festival was held in Karachi, Pakistan this month with a view to showcasing the rich culinary heritage of Sri Lanka. According to the Sri Lanka Consulate General in Karachi, the event was held in collaboration with the Marriott Hotel and was organised by the Quality Event Private Limited at the Marriott Hotel in Karachi on the 9th and 10th of this month. The Sri Lankan Consulate said in a statement that the food festival showcased authentic Sri Lankan food and Ceylon tea. The food festival was organised as part of a series of activities commemorating the 75th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Pakistan and Sri Lanka.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Veda Mahatmya.
The issuance of vehicle revenue licenses in the Western Province will be suspended from the 27th of this month to the 2nd of October. The Secretary to the Ministry of Transport, K.C.N. Pereira, attributed the suspension to an update of the computer system. The statement issued by the Secretary said the issuance of vehicle revenue licenses that expire from tomorrow can be renewed from the 10th of October without needing to pay a penalty. Meanwhile, the issuance of vehicle revenue licenses via the www.motortraffic.wp.gov.lk website has also been suspended from midnight last night, and the service will not be available till the 6th of October.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
It's the power to live life your way. The power to be a trendsetter. Power to you with digital banking from Commercial Bank. Commercial Bank. Our interest is in you.
World News headlines. Hungary threatens to pull support for Kiev. Zambia ex-president Edgar Lungu banned from political jogging. Australian lethal mushroom mystery survivor leaves hospital. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban says Budapest will not support Ukraine on any issue in international affairs until Kyiv restores the former rights for ethnic Hungarians on its territory. Ukraine says it destroyed 19 drones and 11 cruise missiles launched by Russia overnight, while Moscow claims its air defense system drowned drones over the Black Sea and Crimea and those headed for the Kursk and Belgorod regions. The United Kingdom's Defence Ministry has said that over the last 9 months, the Russian force in Ukraine have proved itself capable of conducting stalwart defensive operations. The chief executive of Russian state nuclear company, Rosatom, met the head of the International Atomic Energy Agency in Vienna to discuss security at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant. Russia and Ukraine have repeatedly accused each other of planning to use Europe's biggest nuclear power plant, now controlled by Moscow, as a weapon. Zambia's former president Edgar Lungu has been warned against jogging in public as police described his weekly workouts as political activism. His Saturday runs with ordinary members of the public and supporters of his Patriotic Front party have been attracting a lot of attention. Mr. Lungu has been told to seek police approval for future jogging events. The police order comes amid speculation that he will make a bid for the presidency in 2026. A police statement said that the PF's failure to alert them of public gatherings or demonstrations amounts to a breach of the law. This is to ensure public safety. A survivor of a lethal mushroom poisoning that had gripped Australia has been released from hospital, his family says. Ian Wilkinson had been left in a critical condition after eating a beef Wellington cooked by Erin Patterson. The 3 people, including Mr. Wilkinson's wife, died after the meal, which police believe contained death-cap mushrooms, which are lethal if ingested. Ms. Patterson, who is not facing charges, has said it was an accident. Mr. Wilkinson left hospital on Friday after almost 2 months of treatment, according to his family. It is not yet clear if Mr. Wilkinson, a Baptist church pastor, had already spoken to police in hospital or whether he can now shed new light on the case. The fatal lunch was held in Ms. Patterson's home in the small town of Leongatha, Victoria, on the 29th of July. To end this bulletin of world news, the headlines again. Hungary threatens to pull support for Kyiv. Zambia ex-president Edgar Lungu banned from political jogging. Australian lethal mushroom mystery survivor leaves hospital. That ends this bulletin of world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
This message is for all the kids between the ages of 4 and 16 who love to draw. Commercial Bank's Arunalu Sittam is back once again. This time, the competition is also open to Sri Lankan kids currently living abroad. First, second and third place prizes will be awarded along with special merit and merit certificates. For more information, visit the Commercial Bank website. We have so many prizes to be won.
Development News.
The 5th Asia-Pacific Forum of Ministers and Environment Authorities, the largest regional environmental event in the Asia-Pacific region, will convene in Colombo from the 3rd to the 6th of next month. This forum is jointly organized by the Ministry of Environment and the United Nations Environment Programme. During an awareness press briefing held today at the President's Media Centre, Mr. Nazir Ahmed, Minister of Environment, announced that this significant international event will witness the participation of 41 member countries of UNEP, Asia Pacific, with 25 countries and 16 ministers already confirming their attendance. So far, organizers expect more than 300 foreign delegates and 100 professionals to engage in discussions alongside stakeholders from Sri Lanka. We now take a look at sports news. Pakistan cricket team's preparations for the ICC Cricket World Cup 2023 in India have been disrupted due to a visa delay that has delayed the side's departure for the event that gets underway in 10 days. The squad and officials were scheduled to leave for the United Arab Emirates last week for a 2-day team bonding session in Dubai before proceeding to India, where they take on the Netherlands in their first match on the 6th of October. Meanwhile, Old Sebastianites from Asset Line Insurance Brokers Private Limited, Mahesh D. Alvis, was unanimously elected as the 43rd overall and 29th Sri Lankan President of the Mercantile Cricket Association at the 106th Annual General Meeting held recently. That was sports news.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
New Brexit trade rules covering electric vehicles could cost European manufacturers £3.75 billion over the next 3 years, an industry body has said. The rules are meant to ensure that EU-produced electric cars are largely made from locally sourced parts, but manufacturers on both sides of the channel say they are not ready. The European Automobile Manufacturers Association also warned the measures could reduce output from EU factories by 480,000 vehicles.